you ever bought colors that you absolutely love, but they don't really love you back? Well, if you've ever experienced this, you're not alone, and it's likely because you don't know and you're not dressing according to your color season. Because everyone doesn't look good in the same colors, the wrong ones can make you look tired, washed out, and even ill, while the right ones can make you look well-rested, youthful, and radiant. Make sure to watch today's video until the end to find out which color season you belong to and how to choose your most flattering colors. In today's video, I am so excited because we are going to delve into the world of color analysis, where I will show you how to find your color season and along with that, your most flattering shades. And now you may be wondering, what exactly is a color season? And essentially, this is a concept that comes from the practice of color analysis, which is a method used to determine which colors of makeup and clothing best suit an individual based on their natural coloring, including their skin tone, eye color, and hair color. The traditional four-season system categorizes people into the autumn, winter, spring, or summer color season category based on having either warm or cool undertones. The 12-season color analysis system, on the other hand, which is for another day, is an extension of the traditional four-season system and provides a more nuanced categorization of individuals' natural coloring, dividing each season into 3 subcategories, resulting in 12 distinct color palettes. So for purposes of today's video, we will just be going over the simple four-season system. So this being said, let's go ahead and see the 3 simple steps you will need to go through to find your color season. So the very first step we need to take to understand your color season is to determine your skin's undertone. And essentially, this is the unique hue or tone that is part of your complexion that gives you your overall glow. You can either have a cool, warm, or even a neutral undertone, but either way, you're always going to lean towards one end of the spectrum. And in addition to this, there are also very specific characteristics related to your eye color and hair color that are also warm or cool that will ultimately help you figure out which color season you belong to. So you likely have a warm undertone if you have obvious warmth radiating from your features. You are going to have a complete absence of coolness, and your skin is going to have an obvious yellow, golden, earthy, or peachy undertone. You are likely to look your best in gold jewelry rather than silver jewelry. So regardless of your eye color, if you are a warm color season, your eyes are likely to have warm toned colors such as brown, hazel with warm undertones, green with warm tints, or amber honey eyes. You can also have blue eyes if you are part of a warmer color season. So moving on to hair colors, warm color seasons typically have hair that ranges from golden blondes to rich browns and auburns. These hair colors tend to have warm undertones such as golden, caramel, honey, or even red tones. Natural highlights that are sun-kissed and golden add a lot of dimension to this hair color, and the highlights often blend seamlessly with the base hair color, creating a natural and radiant look. Now moving on to the cool undertone, you're likely to belong to this category if you have a total absence of warmth and also a distinctive coolness radiating from your features. Your skin has an obvious grayish blue, pink, or even red undertone, and you're likely to look your best in silver jewelry rather than gold jewelry. Now moving on to eye color, if you are a cool color season, your eyes are likely to have cool toned colors such as blue, gray, green, or even brown with cool undertones. There is no warmth to these eye colors, so they are very easy to spot. So moving on to hair color, if you are a cool color season, your hair is likely to complement your skin's cool undertones and overall coloring. It's likely to have cool toned hues such as ashy blondes, cool browns, or black with blue undertones. So I want to pause to ask you guys for a huge favor. So far, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to click the like button so that it can reach other people and help them understand their color season as well. Alright, that's all I wanted to say. We can go ahead and get back into the video. So the second step to finding your color season is understanding your value. And no, I'm not talking about your value as an amazing human being, as a person, In this world, I'm talking about the value of your physical characteristics. So value essentially denotes how much lightness or darkness there is in a color, whether that's a color you're wearing or the color of your hair, skin, or even eye color. And traditionally, your value can either be light or dark. So let's go ahead and take a look at the differences between these two. And then also we're going to take a look at contrast and what this means for figuring out what your color season is. So you're likely to have a light value if there is an absence of depth in your features. Your skin color, eye color, and hair color are definitely going to be light, or they're also going to be light in regard to your ethnicity. The contrast between your skin tone, hair color, and eye color is low, but can also be medium for darker ethnicities. So here we have an example of what low contrast looks like. And essentially it means that no feature is extremely light or extremely dark compared to the rest. If you have a low contrast, you're likely to either be a summer or spring color season. On the left, you can see this person has a cooler undertone, so therefore they are a summer color season, while the person on the right has a warmer undertone, so they are a spring color season. Next, you're likely to have a medium contrast if no feature is extremely light or extremely dark compared to the rest. Here you can see that both of these individuals, regardless of their skin tone, both have a contrast that is medium. There is no stark difference between the skin tone and the hair color and eye color. So you likely have a dark value if your features are dark, such as your eye color and hair color, and there's always going to be a certain depth to them. The contrast between your skin, hair, and eye color is going to be medium to high, and also if you are of a certain ethnicity, your features will be darker in relation to your ethnicity. Meaning, if you are from a European country, you are going to have darker hair, darker eyes, rather than lighter hair and lighter eyes. And lastly, if you belong to the dark value, you are going to have a high contrast between your physical characteristics. So essentially, this means that your features are highly contrasted and stand out starkly from one another. So if you have a cool undertone and a high contrast, then you're likely to be a winter, and if you have a warm undertone with a high contrast, then you're likely to be in the autumn category. So the third and final step of understanding your color season is knowing your chroma. And your chroma is essentially how bright or how muted your physical features are on a scale of one side to a scale of the other side. And chroma honestly has more to do with the more complex 12 season system, but I think it's definitely still relevant for the forest system. Oh, that's a tongue twister. It's definitely still relevant for the 4-season system as well. So your chroma can either be muted or bright, and this is based on your hair color, your eye color, and also a bit of your undertone. A muted chroma is going to give you a lack of contrast in your features and an obvious grayness to your coloring. Instead of contrasting, your features are all pretty similar and blend together. And when you have a bright chroma, on the other hand, you're going to have a noticeable clearness and saturation of your features. You are going to have no grayness in your coloring, and your features are not going to blend together. They are going to contrast and clearly stand out against each other. And now when it comes to chroma and knowing your color season, I find that the winter and the spring color seasons are going to have a bright chroma as part of the 12-season system, and the summer and the autumn color seasons are going to have more of a muted chroma. So as you watch more videos and get into it, you'll understand just what I mean, but for now, just keep in mind these few tips. So now we have reached the part that we've all been waiting for, the actual seasonal color analysis. So it is here that you will find out your exact color season. And we're gonna go ahead and start with autumn. Some celebrities who belong to the autumn color category include Giselle, Beyonce, and Aubrey Plaza. So now, putting together everything that we've learned, the one thing you want to look at to make sure that you are in autumn is whether you have a warmer undertone. Whether you have blue, green, or brown eyes, you're going to have a certain warmth and kind of earthiness to the color, and the same is true of hair color, whether you have light brown hair, red hair, or even black hair. And lastly, if you are in autumn, you will have more of a muted chroma rather than a bright chroma, and you will also have a medium to dark value rather than a light value. Now, when it comes to your best colors, individuals with an autumn color season typically have warm undertones in their skin, which are complemented by rich and earthy tones, such as warm reds, earthy browns, mustard yellow, olive green, burnt orange, terracotta, and deep teal. So next we are going to move on to this icy and high contrast season, which is winter. Some notable celebrities who belong to this category include Megan Fox, Lupita Nyong'o, and Lucy Liu. So you're likely going to be a winter if you have a very cool or cool neutral leaning undertone like we talked about before. And the same coolness is going to be translated into your eye color and your hair color, meaning that both your eyes are going to have this sort of coolness and iciness to them, and your hair color is going to be very cool with no natural golden highlights. It's not going to turn golden when you go in the sun. And in addition, like we talked about with value, you're either going to have a medium or a dark value, never a light one. And also your chroma is going to be on the brighter side. Now, when trying to find your most flattering colors, some of the colors that tend to look best on them are crisp whites, deep blacks, cool grays, jewel tones, bold reds, icy blues, silver, burgundy, charcoal, and even dark purples. So shimmying our way down to the next season, we have spring, and this is a season that is very vibrant and bright and can get away with a lot of fun colors. Some notable people who are part of this category include me. I actually am a spring color season, also Blake Lively and Taylor Swift. Now, combining everything that we've learned in this video, you are going to be part of the spring category if you have a warm or warm leaning neutral undertone. And whether you have blue, green, or brown eyes, you are going to have this very saturated color to your eyes, and it's going to be very warm and very sparkly. And then also when it comes to hair color, whether you have blonde hair, red hair, or brown hair, you are going to have a lot of warmness and also some natural golden or almost reddish highlights that develop naturally or also in the sun. And then when it comes to value, you are likely going to have either a light or a medium value, never anything that is super dark with high contrast. And then when it comes to chroma, this color season is going to sit on the brighter side of the spectrum rather than the more muted side, giving us a lot of opportunity for fun, bold, and highly saturated colors. Now when it comes to our best colors for the spring season, some amazing shades on us are going to be soft pastels, yellow warms, peach and corals, soft greens, light blues, light lavenders, soft pinks, and warm reds. So we have finally reached the last season, and this is summer. Some notable celebrities who are part of this color season include Leona Lewis, Emily Blunt, and Reese Witherspoon. Now, putting together everything that we've learned, if you have a cool undertone or a cool neutral leaning undertone, then you're likely to belong to the summer category. And this same coolness is going to translate over into your eye color and your hair color. It's going to give you more of a grayness and coolness to your eye color, whether you have blue or gray or even brown eyes, as you can see up here. And then also your hair color is going to be more on the ashy and the more muted side. It's not going to be very bright, warm, or saturated, regardless of whether you are blonde or a brunette. Now when it comes to value, you're either going to have a light or a medium value, meaning that the contrast between your features is either going to be very low or more on a medium level. Now when it comes to chroma, the summer color season is always going to have more of a muted chroma rather than a bright chroma, so it will always be heading towards the other end of the spectrum with less saturation in the features. Now when it comes to your most flattering colors, some very flattering shades include soft blues, soft pinks, lavender, cool greens, soft grays, soft purples, soft turquoise, soft coral, and also soft yellows. So after having gone through all of this information, I hope it's very clear which color season category you belong to. In case you're still not sure and would like to do a bit more reading on the topic, I have my new ebook on how to find your color season, the ultimate guide. I will leave the link down below, and you can also find it on my website under the shop section. And as always, stay safe, stay smart, and stay leveled up. I will see you in my next video. Bye.